Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. Best place to go to get whatever you need to make your home look terrific this coming spring and summer. Everything for landscaping and cleanup. 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York, on Long Island in southwest Suffolk County, serving the entire New York, New Jersey, Connecticut tri-state area. Their phone number is 631-756-1125, and the website is omnitruevalue.com. All right, yesterday we had round one of widespread severe weather, and a lot of that occurred in eastern Texas last night. And now it is shifting into overnight. It shifted a little bit further to the east, and we're continuing to see this well-defined storm system, an upper low that is moving northeastward up the Mississippi Valley. And we've got another day of widespread severe weather that is going to break out, another widespread regional outbreak. This is the radar as of 7:45 a.m. and we're still seeing, and usually these storms tend to die down a bit during the overnight. Yet there's still, the line is so robust that we're seeing some severe thunderstorm warnings earlier this morning as the southern edge of this line approaches Houston, and also some heavier cells in northwestern Louisiana, and some flooding issues with some flash flood warnings that are up in parts of northeast Texas and down into Arkansas. Now, again, this is the radar as of 7:30, 7:45 a.m. Eastern Time. So obviously, if you're watching this later today, make sure you go to weather.gov to check out the latest radars and the latest outlooks for severe weather for your particular zone. The Storm Prediction Center is still indicating, at least for this morning, we have working tornado watches that are up for parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas, and you see them outlined here. This is the leftover forecast from yesterday and last night. Now we're going to get into the forecast for today, and it's very robust. The Storm Prediction Center forecasting a moderate risk of severe weather over parts of the central Gulf states. And you see it there extending across southern Louisiana, the moderate risk just to the north and west of New Orleans, but does include Baton Rouge, and then continues into the southern half of Mississippi. We have slight risk pushing into Alabama and northern Mississippi, and marginal risk pushing up to the Georgia-Alabama state line. Also a small area of marginal risk that's being indicated for western Missouri. Meanwhile, for tomorrow, as this system continues to inch along toward the Great Lakes, it's going to, quote, weaken just a little bit. The severe weather implications for tomorrow are a little bit less, but still we have a marginal risk up into northern Virginia, and then also pushing up into Ohio and Indiana and Kentucky. Now, you see how the outline of that marginal risk zone is. That pretty well tells you where the warm front is going to be. Actually, it'll be a little bit further north than that. There you go. So this whole area here, while in line for the potential that there could be a general isolated thunderstorm, is also going to be dealing with a marine layer, and that's usually a severe thunderstorm killer. Meanwhile, the slight risk covers most of North Carolina, just about all of South Carolina, a good chunk of the state of Georgia except the Northwest, and going down into the Florida Panhandle. And we like to always look at that day 4 to 8 time frame, because the Storm Prediction Center is pretty good about looking at things in the long range. This is day 3. This is the day 3 period from Thursday into Friday, and we're looking at a marginal risk from the Delmarva Peninsula along the coastal Carolinas and Georgia down over into northern Florida. When you look at the day 4 through 8, whenever you see that the Storm Prediction Center has actually put something in that long range, they advertise this entire week in that long range. When they put it in here, it's telling you to pay attention. So they've got potential too low for days 4 and 5, and then when we get to day 6, 4, 5, and 6, and day 7 and 8, predictability is too low. So not putting anything specific yet, but something to think about as we go forward. Okay, let's take a look at the GFS model. As far as our weather is concerned today, we're in a good place in eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England. We're going to have sunshine as a high next down from the north. We're eventually going to start to go into an onshore flow, though, and there you see that strong low in northern Missouri with the showers and thunderstorms extending south down through Tennessee and into Alabama and into Mississippi and Louisiana, and then eventually shifting into Alabama tonight as the low just sort of spins around there in the upper Midwest. It is going to push an area of rain into the northeast and northern mid-Atlantic states, probably holding off until late tomorrow afternoon in most places into tomorrow night. Here we are now on Thursday morning. The warm front with this is still pinned. It kind of runs like this. We get this cold front that goes down, and then you have this warm front that gets pinned down in the mountains, and that marine air is trapped in the northeast. And you'll also see that there's an area of mix in interior and northern New England. Not a surprise there. So we're going to get this weather front to push on through on Thursday. Then we have to wait for the upper trough. So that's why we see rain being generated again later Thursday into Thursday night. Finally, we see genuine improvement on Friday and into the weekend. And we're going to be in a chilly flow here going into this weekend, folks, with a blocky pattern setting up across the North Atlantic in the longer range. That is going to favor colder than normal temperatures in the Northeast, and that takes us through the weekend and into next week. It's going to be on the chilly side here, and that probably means that temperatures topping out mostly in the, let's say, upper 40s and low 50s, and nighttime lows maybe down in the 30s when we get to the weekend and into the first part of next week, but at least it does look to be on the dry side. So until then, you've got today sunshine, temperatures upper 50s and low 60s. Tomorrow, a raw, cloudy day with an ocean wind and temperatures probably topping out only in the 40s. We'll try to edge higher on Thursday, although it could be a little bit of a struggle depending on where the warm front sets up. And finally, when the cold front moves on through, we'll see improvement on Friday with clouds and maybe some breaks of sunshine with temperatures in the 50s to around 60. And I think over the weekend, it's just going to be dry. You see how we're seeing some snow that's being produced in parts of upstate New York and down through western PA with that flow coming in off the Great Lakes. Again, it is going to be on the chilly side. Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon. 631-756-1125 is the phone number, and the website is omnitruevalue.com. So we're going to pay attention to this storm system today on the Joe and Joe Weather Show as we look at the severe weather that'll be going on this evening. And that's at 7:30 Eastern Time on my YouTube channel. We hope to see you then. In the meantime, on my YouTube channel, if you go to the community page, you can get my latest website posts, and that'll with some extra weather analysis for the Northeast and Northern Mid-Atlantic states. So check that out on the community page on my YouTube channel. Have a great day, everybody.